subscribe and hit that bell.
Yes, Zaga. Yaga, you know the vibes. You rocking out with yours truly, Showtime Sizzle. I am the source. Let me get a nice picture up there. Man, oh man. Unbelievable, man. I could not believe this. So let me put this up there as the screenshots. Something I just tweeted out. Yes, can y'all see that? Yes, I tweeted that a little while ago, about maybe 45 minutes ago. Man, I'm gonna let that just soak in and sit up there, man. Um, man, let's let that soak in for a second while I plug up. Let me plug up. All right, y'all. I'm ready to start cooking now. See what I got up there, right? It has been brought to my attention. You know, what has been going on, but shout out to Tiafimo Lopez. Tiafimo Lopez spoke on this, a while back, saying how mm, New England clam chowder in the wintertime is the best. How certain people um pay media, pay these guys, right? And somebody hit me up and they asked me, was I getting paid? Or is that the reason why I stopped you know, pushing a certain fighter? And I was like, why you say that? They was like, because this fighter is known for paying. I'm like, nah, get out of here. For real? He's paying? So they was like, is that the reason why um you really stopped rocking with him? I was like, nah, it has nothing to do with that. It's just, to each his own. I was like, I felt like um, especially a person of my stature, like very spiritual. You feel people's vibes. What I always say, the vibes, the vibes, right? You can tell people's energy, and you can tell the people who are frenemies, who actually want to see you grow, actually want to see you go, actually want to see you blow. Just off of how they respond to you, um, how they maneuver around you, how they big you up. Like, and I want to shout out the Russell's uncles. He always speaks about the bond and the connection that me and my nephew has, Jihad and Marley, and those guys. He's like, man, I could tell they love you, man. The vibes show it. Whenever somebody wants to see you win or grow with them, it's always going to show, right? So now back to what I was saying, back on topic, right? So they was like, yeah, dude is known for paying. Like, he pays, he comes out of pocket. So I was like, nah, I never was on that type of time, right? I was like, that wasn't the type of time that I was on, right? So Tiafimo spoke on it. Somebody called me and addressed me about it. That's pretty much what's going on, and you can tell if you're not deaf, dumb, and blind, right? Fighters that are not with that program, that are not being, like I said, I put out there what being funny, look, friendly extortion. Fighters that's not with the, paying for play or paying, you can tell those are the ones who are talked about badly. They're not praised. They are constantly talked down on. The ones that are out here paying, paying for play, regardless of any goofy activity they do, any shaky, flaky thing that they do, it's not being reported on. It's not being spoken about. You know why? Because these people are owned. They're paid. That's why when a lot of people were saying, "Dad, this last week, a couple weeks ago, when the TikTok prank, allegedly, that's what they were saying. It was a TikTok prank. That video was viral, man. But if you notice, a lot of channels turned the blind, naked eye like it didn't exist, like it didn't exist, right? Like it didn't exist. You know why? Because they are on payroll. They can't speak on certain things. They're not allowed to, And 'cause I was saying to myself, I'm like, damn, like this dude is one of the hottest, right? Hottest in the game, like they try to say. Why is nobody want to speak on it? Maybe because he didn't look, uh, he didn't look like the goods, I guess. But like I said, if it's a prank, it's a prank. There's no need to not speak on it. You know what I'm saying? Unless it really wasn't a prank. But let's continue on, right? Let's continue. Like I said, I'm not going to stay on too long with this. So I just want to get to my speaking point. So apparently, certain fighters are paying, right? And it shows like Tiafimo said Devin Haney. He brought up Devin Haney's name, and what made me want to really do this video today was I was watching the energy on the YTC, right? And I think it's apparent now. It really is because with the Tank Ryan Garcia thing breaking yesterday, right? It's not finalized. You see how a lot of channels was already saying it's finalized. It's a done deal. The contract is signed. These are the same channels that when Earl Spence himself came out and said, "Show the post," or AKA the term sheet. These dudes was running with it like it was a contract. No, why didn't Earl Spence show it, right? That's just like anything else. Like if somebody says you're a snitch, right? You're a snitch, right? They're gonna present the paperwork. So if Terrence Crawford was lying, instead of Earl Spence saying show the draft, you show the draft. You got it too, right? You got it too, right? But you see, these channels don't speak. They can't. Yo, listen, they gotta keep most of you YouTubers deaf, dumb, and blind. And that's what I gotta call you guys, YouTubers, man. I can't really call you fight fans because if you were real fight fans, you will be awoken. You call it down the line instead of calling it like the Kool-Aid that you're drinking, you know? So if Terrence was lying and he tweeted, show the post, show the post, you show the draft. But yet you got your channels that you pay underneath the table to make it seem like Bud is lying. Signed a contract. What contract? There was never a contract. See, I know a lot of y'all can't understand that because, like I said, a lot of y'all, you don't understand what they was talking about. So that's why you had these channels try to confuse you. A draft is just a draft. That's not the contract. That's why if you listen to like certain insiders, you got guys that's somewhat insiders. They know what they're talking about. A lot of them on they're looked down on. They're frowned upon, but they got some real insight. Unlike you others, you other guys have no insight, especially the ones that was screaming sign the contract. There was never a contract. If they kept going back and forth with revisions, do you understand what a revision is? You know? But hey, what do I know? Let me say, what do I know? December 10th. I know that, man. Shout out to Team Tucker. Shout out to all those fighters fighting on that card. Madison Square Garden, the big house. Yes. Upstairs, upstairs. Can't wait to cover those events. Get some fire frames, because that's what I'm a photographer, man, amongst other things. My nephew done made me the media marketing agent, but I'm a photographer, man. At heart, I might do a couple interviews that weekend, depending on how I'm feeling, because I done did many interviews, man. Real interviews, not StreamYard interviews, real interviews, face to face, you know, in a hotel, at the weigh-ins, the press conferences, stuff like that, man. None of this, yo, send me an email, send me a link. Nah, I'm hands-on, player, you know. So forgive me if I don't relate to some of the goofy stuff that goes on. But yeah, let's get back to this friendly extortion. So when you are on YouTube and you see certain fighters, right? Like, man, they was knocking Tank Davis a little bit, right? I was watching. They was like, because Tank said he got the deal done and all this, and because like I said, a lot of people want to see him fight Devin Haney, right? And quite frankly, Tank handlers, they're not really trying to go that route because they feel like, contrary to what everybody says about Devin, that Devin's not built up enough, even though he has all the belts. They don't feel like he's the big enough attraction. And if you know anything about how those people over there do business, that's what they about, man. They about the show, the event. So they just feel like, even though Devin has all of the hardware, right? He has all the hardware. He is the undisputed champion. He's not a big enough attraction. But we have yet to see what of attraction Ryan Garcia is. Like I said, he has a large social media following. And that's what the boxing is based off today. And I'm going to show you how it's based off of that. And I want y'all to catch this source because, like I said, a lot of channels just talk boxing, but they're not really giving you the gumbo. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo. I'm going to give you the gumbo right here, right? And I'm going to tie this into what I'm speaking on. Your favorite fighters, right? Your favorite real fighters, champion fighters, right? How many times did they fight this year? I did one on this. Some of your favorite fighters. How many times did they fight, man? Earl Spence fought once in April. Charlo, same thing, I think in March, one time. These are two head honchos, right? How many exhibitions did Floyd have? Come on, there's a couple people in here. How many exhibitions did Floyd have? How many fights did Jake Paul have? Yo, one of Jake Paul's fights got scratched and got rescheduled, and he still put on. Why is that? But yet your favorite fighters, the ones that are paying for play, that get all these narratives pushed for them, fought once. One time. One time. But yet, listen, but yet, when the Twitter war jumped off, they wanted to fight in November. Somebody was stalling. Okay. He got a date December 10th. You couldn't get a date? The show goes on. What's the song by the Whispers? And the beat goes on. The beat goes on. They announced Tank Davis and Javante Davis coming up with a deal before they announced you and Keith Thurman or you and whoever. Why is that? Why is that? And why isn't anybody questioning that or asking that? You know why? Because, like I said, tied into what I just told you, man. When you claim you are a boxing connoisseur, boxing media, You talk boxing and everything, but you don't really talk boxing. You talk narratives. You're not gonna move the needle or ask the questions. This man stated, it's on record, he was ready to fight in November. All right, things fell apart with you and Bud. Bud, December 10th, man. BLK Prime. BLK Prime. Your fighters fighting December 17th. When are you and Keith Thurman fighting? Or whoever, Stanley Otis, whoever. When? We already know that a couple dates have already dropped on that side. You got the 7th. You got the end of the month, Charlo and the homie Tim Zoo, you know. Well, you February? Are you February? What's up? March? Let me guess, April. They're gonna give you a whole year off. You gonna come back in April? Come on, man. We need answers, man. We need answers, man. We need these real official. I'm not even gonna say solid no more. Official. Because nowadays the new solid is fragile. The new real is fake. But if you official, you standing 10 toes down. You don't care about your views. You don't care about your likes. You don't care about your subs and none of that. Because I tell you like this, a lot of these guys way more pay for subs than me, views and all that. Tell them to go to an event and get in. Tell them to be like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot such and such an email. I can't cover this event, but I'll put your name on the list and you go represent my company. Tell some of these guys to do that, especially the ones that love to call people coons and all kind of other derogatory names. Let's see how official you really are. Let's see how official your name really is. Later for what you talking on your channel. Later for all your sorcery tricks, with the computer screens and all that. What type of value does your name hold? Hopefully y'all are catching this sauce, man. And please don't fall victim, man. Like I said, man, a lot of these fighters are standing 10 toes down. You know the ones that ain't with the program because those are the ones that they get bashed, man. They get bashed. They not with the friendly extortion. But for those of y'all that are with that friendly extortion, what has it truly done for your career? What has it done? What has it really done for your career? Think about it. Are you a bigger star than you was? No. Because most of the guys that like I said, you're paying on YouTube, their subs and all that don't even add up. And we got a great, great, great prime example of that with Deontay Wilder's fight at the Barclays Center. He bombed, man. Bomb squad bombed, man. Then you had Jake Paul come on. I think Jake Paul doubled him up, man. Nobody talked about that though, right? Why not, man? Why y'all ain't want to talk about that, man? Yeah, sorry about that. I muted the mic. I needed to blow my nose. But why nobody talked about that, man? Why nobody addressed that? Y'all didn't have the heart, or you can't. Like I said, when you are paid to push propaganda narratives, there's certain facts that you got to act like don't exist. But that happened, man. The YouTuber, man, did bigger numbers, man. Fighting a 50-year-old, retired MMA legend. And he's getting more dates than our favorite fighters. And that's what it is. Like he's getting more dates, man. Look it up for yourself, man. Do the research, do the knowledge. How many times did Jake Paul fight this year? How many times did your favorite world champion fight this year? What, Tank fought in May, Memorial Weekend. He's slated again to fight January 7th. So he fought once. Wilder just fought last month, October. He fought once. But granted, Wilder's coming off a devastating knockout loss. Earl Spence fought once. Jamel Charlo fought once. Jamal Charlo didn't fight at all. His fight was scheduled for June 18th. Allegedly, he sustained a back injury. Never happened again, right? Now look at this. Check this out. Jake Paul's fight with Hakeem Rahman Jr. got canceled. Look how fast they rescheduled his fight to fight Anderson Silva, the YouTuber now. They didn't do that for Jamal Lyons only Charlo, who was a world champion, middleweight WBC world champion. Now, you guys let it call top rank Toby's and all that. How about the top rank guys, man? I know Shakur Stevenson fought twice, right? Didn't he? He defeated Oscar Valdez in April 30th. Followed that up with another date in September. Devin Haney came over there, fought twice in 6 months. I don't know, man. Some of these narratives, man. You gotta question some of your favorite content creators on YouTube, man. They feeding you poison, man. They feeding you poison, man. So when you think about it, right? And this is for real boxing fans, not fans of companies and promoters and managers and the suits. This is for the actual fans. Which fighters are more active? Later for what? Like I said, you get these people that it's their job because they took they sold they took their pay. So that's what they got to push, the propaganda narrative. But how many times are there fighters fighting? You see, they wanted Bud Crawford to fall victim to that, man. Bud was like, nah, later for that. I got to get active. I want to get a bag. They're mad at him for getting a bag. But Buddy said he was ready to fight in November. Okay, that fell through. Your fight is fighting December 17th. Why ain't you on that card? If you was ready to go in November. And why is nobody questioning that? See, they can't handle the sauce, man. That's why, like I told my man today, he asked me, was I coming back on? I said, maybe, maybe not. You know, we got spawn later. Like I said, I'm really outgrowing this, man. Because the more I check out these channels, the more disgust, the more basura I'm seeing. Because it's like, yeah, you guys aren't even really covering the sport, man. You know, you're not covering the sport, man. Because if you was covering the sport, you spit real facts. Like I just gave you real facts. Your favorite fighters fought one time last year. Meanwhile, it seems like every 2-3 months, Floyd's putting on another exhibition. Jake Paul is putting on shows, man. Hopefully y'all caught that source, man. And listen, man, at the end of the day, if you're in it for a quick buck, maybe that's the route you need to go. To try to tell these guys, yo, listen, I got 200 and something subs, man. I could talk about you every day, making all peaches and cream. But if you really covering the sport and you got real integrity and you're official, just cover the sport, man. But hey, what do I know? Zaga, Yaga. Aha, let's shout out to the chat, man. D-Ray, I see you, big blunts and boxing and pop. What up, though? Aha.
My friends be like, how come you not famous yet? I be like, you didn't share my shit. How come you ain't shared it yet? That's what I don't understand.
You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up.
Like, subscribe, and hit that bell.